right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to the Ultra Space Time Podcast, episode 80, Dragon Ball Legends. And as always, before we join in with our guests, Twitch Prime is not a crime. So if you have that Prime sub and you want to support the channel, feel free to redeem that on our Twitch. It would mean a lot to us. If you're over there on YouTube, make sure to follow us on Twitch, also on Twitter, and stay updated with our stream shenanigans, with all the updates, every video we drop, all that good stuff. And yeah, with that said, let's move over to our guests. Today, we are joined by our free-to-play menace, X Noctis. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Yo.
I call cap on that. I don't think Noctis is fully free to play. I call cap.
You think he's buying like the Legends Pass for his guild?
He's faking, bro.
He's fear to play.
Fear to play.
Yeah, steal pumps, electricity all day, man.
Yeah, try hard. Yeah. He also has a hamster and a wheel. And yeah, speaking of a hamster and a wheel, Iron Kane, happy Legends Weekend.
Oh, Palm, happy Legends Weekend, man. I'm gonna ignore that hamster comment because it's the best time of the week, Palm. Best time of the week.
It's the time of the week, huh?
Weekend.
Yeah.
Exactly. And of course, we are joined by the Super Moji Bro. I have to say the whole thing, right? It's like a Tribe Called Quest. How you doing?
Yeah, you gotta say the whole thing. We're doing pretty good today, gamers. We're doing good.
I mean, if I have to say the whole thing, then Swift DBL, what's good?
Yo, what's good? It's Legends Weekend, baby.
Yes, sir, Swift. Yes.
Yep. It's contagious, Iron. It's contagious. And yeah, today, as you can already see by the title, we have a lot of topics to talk about, or should I say a lot of topic? Because all we got on Wednesday was what? Buff Trunks, Zenkai, and that's it?
That is it, and then everything went away.
And then everything just, yeah. So, yeah, let's start with that topic. Moji, as a hybrids player, does he fit your team anywhere, and how do you like him?
I really wanted this Trunks to be good. I really did. But unfortunately, he is a middle of the pack Zenkai. He doesn't really fit my hybrids team anywhere. Unless I'm counting him as a Zenkai buffer for the drip Trunks from the third anniversary, part 2. That's about the best place I can find for him currently. I feel like his Z ability is his natural Z ability is just terrible. So
yeah,
can't really use him as a Zenkai buffer for revival. The green revival Gohan. You're pretty much sacrificing blast attack for strike attack with this one. So,
which almost doesn't make sense on hybrids.
Exactly. So yeah, I have to say I was excited for this Trunks, but he did not do it for me.
Wow.
This is so sad, dude.
It is sad. It is sad. I wanted him to be great.
I'm like slowly coming to the realization that like most of these just regular sparking Zenkais that we've been getting, I'm just like kind of expecting them to be mid at this point. Like, you guys know I got my hopes up for Rose, and I kind of got let down with him.
But is he even mid?
I've been seeing the Red Rose?
No, him, Trunks. I feel
like
I
haven't even used them, but I'm just saying, like, I've been seeing a pattern with these Zenkais recently where they'd come out and they're just really not that good. The only exceptions I can think of are the LF Zenkais, but I think that's kind of a different thing because that's an LF Zenkai, so we kind of expect more from the LF Zenkais. But for these regular sparking Zenkais, they just have not really been doing it for me, man.
Yeah, because
what was the last good one? Full power Frieza?
No, right. I think it was, wasn't it LF Vegeta?
LF Vegeta. Yes, it was LF Vegeta.
I mean, without LF. Like Swift said, the regular.
Yeah, I think full power Frieza.
Yeah, he would probably be the best I can think of out of all of them recently.
Yep.
But for the most part, I've been seeing this pattern. So I was kind of expecting this Trunks to not be anything too crazy. I kind of wanted. I only have him Zenkai 1, so I haven't even really been working on him. But if I ever finish him, I kind of want to try him on like a Super Saiyan hybrid team where you're running Super Saiyans with Bardock and then like 2 other hybrids. So you could do like Bardock, this green Trunks, and then yellow future Gohan, and you have endurance and the Bardock buffs and stuff like that. I can maybe see that being somewhat of a fun team, but I don't know. I haven't really seen this guy too much in PvP though.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him once.
Honestly, I haven't seen him at all.
Which
Well, I will
means-
say most people are probably doing it the free-to-play route, so they're just doing the missions every day, and they're not going to have him Zenkai 7 immediately. But even by now, you'd think you'd start seeing him more, and I really have not been seeing him, so...
Yeah, and I think the reason is that he's not even mid. I think he's worse than mid. Based on what I've been hearing, people say that he is worse than potentially even Kale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Actually
could see
loaded.
that. I mean, I could see that.
That is tough.
Yes.
That is tough.
I mean, I feel like for the Feint alone, I don't think he's worse than KO, right? I feel like that's pretty sad, man, if we're actually having that conversation at all. But definitely, I would say he's worse than the Goku Black. I feel like that's fair to say. But worse than KO, I feel like that's a teensy bit outrageous. But the fact that
I
we're even
wouldn't
having
even
the
know.
conversation,
I never see either of them in PvP ever.
Yeah, or play.
They're
that is
units
fair.
like
That is
I
fair.
have no experience with, so...
Yeah, but I mean, the reason I would also say the feint is not that significant, at least for me, is the way I usually play is that I don't count on the feint activating, right? So when the feint happens, you just still continue your normal combo because it's a surprise to you too.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So in a
I don't
way,
have that.
I don't know.
He's also very one-dimensional, right? It's really just his strike damage that's impressive.
Yeah,
or,
his
decent.
his strike damage is decent. The big thing this Trunks needed was some sort of key manipulation, and unfortunately that they didn't give him that.
Yeah, he gets a whole 20
it-
key on main, dude. What more do you need?
A little bit of key recovery. I don't know. Something. Just need a little more. Just a little taste.
I mean, if you want key recovery, you just need to sack off one of your other allies that is probably better than your Trunks. 40%
Exactly.
for that, you know? That was kind of the same situation where people were saying, hey, really, I need to lose a unit for Bardock to get endurance if he was the one I wanted to feed to the Rising Rush. Kind of similar here.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of those types of buffs. And I've seen this on other units where like they get key after the enemy combo's over. And like I'm thinking like most of the time when you're taking damage, you know, the enemy's doing a combo, I mean, you're slowly recharging key anyways, so it's not really a huge deal gaining 30 key at the end of the enemy combo.
It's not.
The one thing I will say though is if you take a tap attack, like if you're fighting somebody that's like shooting out tap shots and stuff, you could probably just let a tap shot hit you and that would still count. But other than that, I can't really think of a situation where those type of buffs really come in handy.
Neither can I.
I'm just curious. Do you guys like? Because obviously this Trunks and the Super Vegeta are like they kind of come from the same time frame, or not time frame, but like in actual Dragon Ball Z. Do you guys think on release the Super Vegeta was better than this Trunks on release, or do you think it's pretty much about the same for the most part in terms of like usability?
Are you talking about like when they both got their Zenkais?
Yeah.
Honestly, they're kind of like even counterparts almost, because I think you're talking about the Zenkai Yellow Vegeta that he buffs critical on his Z ability as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like almost like the blast counterpart of this unit. Like this is a strike unit, that's a blast unit, but they obviously do slightly different things, but I don't know. They're probably roughly on the same scale. I wasn't super impressed by the Vegeta either, to be honest. I remember I Zenkai'd him pretty quickly because I was excited to run him alongside Bardock, and he did okay, but comparing him to this Trunks, I probably wouldn't really give either one the upper edge. They're both kind of just okay.
I mean,
that's kind of the reason. You want to go, Paul?
The one thing that the Super Vegeta has going for him, which I haven't checked Trunks' kit yet, is that he's actually really good in TOP. So at least something, right?
True, yeah. And he doesn't need that luck factor with the feint. If you don't faint with Trunks, like, what are you supposed to do?
Wait, does Super Vegeta have a feint on his ult? No.
No,
didn't,
I'm
right?
just saying he doesn't have that luck factor
that's
that you
true.
need.
True.
I mean, if you get feints all day, Trunks is obviously better, but do you get that? Not really.
And then also what you make of it.
Chance.
I mean, you can feint into Rising Rush, that's pretty nasty, but yeah. Can't like count on that happening all day.
I think because of the way Super Vegeta was released, the yellow one we were just talking about, that's the reason why I wasn't really expecting anything crazy from this Trunks, just because if they didn't do him justice, why would they do the Trunks justice, right? Because it wouldn't really seem fair. But, you know, I guess it's Dragon Ball Legends, so anything could happen.
Life's not fair, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, the green Trunks wasn't good pre-Zenkai, like, at all, so I think they really had to give him a lot of love for him to be, like, relevant these days, so I don't know. I just don't have really high hopes for the regular sparking Zenkais these days. I hope in the future they can eventually start bringing out some Zenkais that are actually decent, because Zenkais are a free-to-play option. It's not a unit that you have to like summon on a banner and you have to continuously keep chasing and trying to get a copy, and you either get lucky or you get unlucky. At least with the Zenkai, you know, like, okay, I can grind these missions, I can do this, whatever, and I'll have him Zenkai 7 in a week or two. So I do hope we get some like really viable Zenkai options in the future. Like I don't want to see Zenkais like this, where they're just really not even going to get used. They're not going to be that impactful. I want to see some good Zenkais for multiple different tags that need love. I mean, I could think of many tags right now that need love. Not LOE.
Android.
Or even God Key. I'm satisfied with God Key right now. Like, I hear some people say, you know, God Key still needs this, God Key still needs that. To be honest, I think with how good Ultra Goku is, God Key is fine. You know, I don't really know what's going to come for Anniversary. That's a whole different conversation, but I think God Key's in a good spot right now as well. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I can think of multiple tags that could use some love for like a decent Zenkai. So hopefully they do that in the future.
Need another Android 18 for girls, huh?
Dude, just for androids in general, bro. I know everybody's like talking about this movie that's coming out like sometime in the future, probably, maybe. But like, androids need something, man. Like in the meantime, I don't know. It's just like that team's unplayable for the most part.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's
down
sad.
in the dumps. Like, what are you
there's
even
a few
playing?
tags like androids, regen. I mean, even regen's kind of down bad.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I am a former, I have to say, former regen main, because now I'm a meta sheep, so I play LOE. But yeah,
Wow.
Like, I mean, I got that cell.
How could you, Palms?
Yeah, I know, I'm the worst.
Shameless.
I know ZVG raging in his chair right now. No, but I played LOE basically roughly until Legends Festival, or maybe a little bit into it, when we got the LF cell before, and I got super lucky, maxed out like 20k, and you know, I was playing yellow purple against hybrids, and it was really fun. But then, you know, Legends Festival came around, then Ultra Gogeta came around, and you know, like, it just fell off. Also because people were playing DKP more on like a powerful opponent instead of on regen, because he was nullifying the endurance of Trunks and Future Gohan, who made his resurgence. But yeah, they just fell off more and more, and then started the buffs of LOE with that green Frieza. Yeah, and then the rest is history, I guess. So yeah, what's LOE again? I forgot. But yeah, Iron, what are you playing these days then? If you're saying like if Android's down in the dumps like that?
Well, for the longest time, I was running Mono Purple, and I know a lot of people have different feelings about Mono Purple, but I feel like it's one of the more free-to-play teams out there, because I feel like most people got the Goku and Vegeta off the Legends Festival just because of the rates and then the Z power that you got for the units in general. So I feel like a lot of people got those units, and if you've been playing the game since day one, you most likely either have Super Vegito already maxed out, or you're very close to maxing him out, so you could run him as well. And then again, like, you have a lot of these old purple units, like the Scouter Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You'll probably have a lot of these units high stars you've been playing since day one. So I know a lot of people like really crap on Mono Purple for being like toxic and having all these like stupid buffs. But I really do think it's one of the more free-to-play teams out there for people that have been day one players, putting in the time, grinding like getting their units up in terms of stars and stuff like that. So that's what I was running basically up until last season or the season before that. Now I actually, it's funny, I saw Moji streaming on Fortnite. I actually just practically stole his team like outright. He was using the new God Goku, Kaioken, Ultra Gogeta, and then the Green Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 4. I basically just stole that team.
The double ultra team. Yeah.
And I understand that team is probably pretty toxic, but dude, it's fun. It's fun. It's a very fun team. I got my new shiny unit, and I'm gonna use it, man. I'm gonna definitely use it 100%. But yeah, androids I stopped using probably since Anniversary, just because actually no, probably when they introduced God Ring, because I was actually trying to go for that, but I couldn't, unfortunately. But yeah, androids. It just once I saw like Android 21, the blue Zenkai unit, like take absurd amounts of damage, because she used to be the tank, right? Like if you got caught in a combo, you would throw her in, she would tank, or if she died, you get Dragon Balls. But now she just dies so early in the match, and like your android just has no sustain. Like they have decent damage, obviously with 18, and they have the 17 as well, the TOP 17. But like the damage isn't terrible, even like with the Cell. But Cell, you know, I have issues. Like I was just using him in the Battle Gauntlet. I'm just like so used to the new Goku's like gauge filling up like ludicrously, and then the Cell is just like, bruh, like any day now, my man, like, you gonna fill that gauge. But yeah, I don't know. It's just androids. Like I'm hoping it gets like it doesn't need the LOE treatment to the same extent. I don't like as much as I want like androids to be oppressive. It doesn't have to be as oppressive as LOE. I feel like a Zenkai here and there, or like new units released with the movie coming out. And, you know, it could be up there being, like, very good again. But it's just, like, right now, like, especially with those free-to-play units that were recently released for androids, it's, like, kind of like, why? I don't know. They were kind of just, like, throwaways. Like, they were cool, like, novelties for a second, but they're not viable, really, at all, I don't think. But yeah, that's kind of my thing on androids right now. But yeah, in terms of teams, it's really just people running this new Goku, Saiyans, obviously. I kind of like the same stuff that it's been for the past couple seasons. Now it's just LOEs thrown in the mix, I say. I don't know about you guys.
I just want to say, you say that many people have a lot of different feelings about Mono Purple. I think many people have feelings about Mono Purple, but they're all the same. I mean, hey man, at least now, like, it's not as abundant just because LOE has like crazy good yellows. This new Goku's running around, so it isn't like these like Mono Purple players. Like if you're gonna keep running Mono Purple, you got to be very, very smart with your Vegeta switches. Yeah.
Like if you catch somebody at a blue card, obviously you'll have a good advantage there. You could one-shot somebody or get somebody very low, but you can't. It's not as brainless as it was for sure. It definitely isn't as brainless.
Not just clicking cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have too many issues with Mono Purple these days, but yeah, back when Blue Boys came out, that team was all over the place. It was so obnoxious, but I don't have really any issues with that team right now. And you're right, when you think about it, it is kind of a free-to-play team. Like all you really needed was a copy or two of Blue Boys, and then we got a bunch of Z Power for Super Vegito. So
yeah, ever
that's why
since
so many
the
people
Blue
were
Boys fell
running that
off,
team.
right?
yeah, it was just like an easy team to throw together, and it worked. So.
And also the boost, right, is like a big part of
the
it.
boost, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely the boost was a big part of that one.
Yeah, people are counting down the days for this new Goku to be off the featured list.
Yeah, by Anniversary.
Oh man.
Which will have our new Ultra then, right?
Exactly.
You know, I
Part 3.
I'm curious. What do you guys want to see for the new Ultra? Like, I don't like in terms of who it is. I don't really care that much. I just want the new unit to be, I guess, defensive. Because like the last two Ultras have been crazy, like in terms of offensive capabilities. I just want to see a defensive Ultra. I don't know, just like to change things up.
I would like to see a support Ultra.
That as well. That as well.
Oh,
That would be nice because we're so used to these ultras that just come out, do so much damage. They just completely take over the match. I think it would be cool to kind of see, and it depends how they would handle it, obviously, but I think that would be cool to kind of see a defensive or a support ultra.
Imagine a support Ultra, like on the level, LF full power, LF Purple Frieza. I mean, he's like crazy support, but then imagine this like kicked up 2 notches because it's an Ultra unit.
Ooh.
Imagine everybody gets like
dangerous.
500,000% key recovery just because Frieza is on the team or something. It's crazy.
I saw someone in the chat say that Omega can be pretty defensive, and that's true. Like Omega, like I've seen some people run him, and I fought against him, and like especially against the new Goku, like he can be a wall to that Goku.
Yeah, he really can. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the only usable free-to-play Ultra still, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I fought a few like pretty tanky GT setups, and that Red Omega can be a pretty significant threat to Ultra Goku especially.
Yeah, what would you guys say are like the best, I don't know, countermeasures for the new Goku? Like obviously we just mentioned that
LOE.
LOE, of course. But I guess in terms of Reds, right? Like if you don't have like LOE.
FSK.
FSK, and we just talked about Red Omega. So
bro,
my
two main teams right now is literally God Key, and I bounce around like multiple different God Key setups. I use all types of different setups for God Key. And then my other team is that's Sun. No, I'm not. I still like he's not even on my team. So I don't even have Rose on my team right now. But yeah, my main setup is God Key, and then I have a Sun family setup with Ultra Goku, the Green Revival Gohan, and Red FSK. I've talked about it before, but it's a really good setup, and you're talking about a red unit that can shut down Ultra Goku, man. FSK just gives no shits. Like FSK will literally put down Ultra Goku like in a second. So he's definitely a viable option.
Dude, that Green Revival Gohan has surprised me, man. Like I thought he was kind of like dead on arrival.
He's
like,
good.
I haven't really seen him since release, but like there's been times where I fought against him like with some really good hybrids players, and they've impressed me, man. Like I was not aware of the damage that unit could dish out.
Yeah, he can do really good blast damage, especially if you have like the proper setup with the proper buffs on the bench. But he can also be really tanky. Like I know I try to keep like a couple HP equips on him with an HP bench, and he can soak up damage. And obviously having revival and being tanky is just a really good combination of things to have. So yeah, he's good, man.
I was just thinking, we were talking about like Reds to counter the new Goku. If they give that Merge Zamasu a Zenkai, because it's coming eventually, right? I don't know if it's coming anytime soon, but it has been almost a year at this point since we got our anniversary LFs. So if they Zenkai the Zamasu, he could really shut down this new Goku. But I imagine they'll hold off on that just so like they let people.
Wait, what? Are you talking about the red LF Zamasu?
Yeah.
No.
Just give him a plat. Just give him a plat equipment.
Give him a. Yeah, I just saw that in chat as well. Give him like a really good plat equip. I think that's kind of all he needs. I don't know. God Key, dude. The thing I'm scared of is I don't want them to keep like just insanely buffing God Key, and then everybody just hates God Key. Like I know people are already getting annoyed with God Key, so that's why I'm saying like I think God Key's good right now. Let's not give God Key. Yeah, let's not give them anything else. I mean,
at least Swift, you get the free pass because you played God Key before, during, and after it was cool.
Yeah, I've mained God Key for a minute, but I don't want it to turn into like everybody hating God Key. So I don't know. But yeah, I think it's probably a little bit too early for the Red Zamasu to get a Zenkai, in my opinion.
100%. Yeah, I know. I'm just curious because it's coming eventually, man. It is coming. It's looming in the darkness.
Yeah, probably. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe like 6 months to a year. Who knows? Like it's tough to predict, honestly.
All I'm saying is, dude, we need another androids LF, dude. That's what we need, like, very quickly as well. It's going to be a tag unit, bro. It's going to be 17, 18, and it's going to be sick, man. It's going to save androids. It's going to be the best meta ever, man. It's going to save legends. It's going to save legends, man.
You know what? It's going to be a tag unit, but it's going to be 16, 17, and 18 when they're in the car to kill Goku.
Yeah.
Any android buff you'll take at this point.
Except for another green 18, huh?
Another free to play.
I don't know, man. It's tough.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing you probably wouldn't take is a Zenkai if it's the level of Trunks. Because, like, I just saw on the screen, man, his blast damage is non-existent. And I mean, it's the same if you see the graph on DBZ.space, like the radar chart, you can see where it makes like basically a straight line and skips blast damage. It's like, okay, why even give him blast at all?
You know what? I think, Dondre, I don't know if you're memeing, but like 17 and Golden Frieza, like if even that was a tech unit, I would even mind that because like that would be LOE and androids, right? Or also Universal Survival Saga. So like I would even take that, man. Like that's not even that bad.
No, let's not speed. No more LOE buffs.
I was about to say
I'm
this.
shutting it down.
No more.
I'm shutting it down right now.
Yeah,
I'm shutting it
No
down.
more LOE.
That's my compromise, guys, please.
But
more
you said
lizards.
dual 17 and 18. I think that would be cool. That's something like
Yeah,
I've been wanting that. I don't even like really run androids, and I've been wanting that for a while. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah, dude, the new Golden Frieza, man, I expected him to be like solid, but he's like insane, dude. Like he can go from like 1 HP to like practically full pop in the main, and then like the nullifying of the cover changes, like the damage this guy can do is just like insane. I really wasn't expecting this guy to be like that good, and for LOE to get a buff that quick, that good as well.
Oh, dude, yeah. He pops off with damage too. Like every time his damage output surprises me.
Like there was a time where I wanted the old Golden Frieza to get a Zenkai, but not now, bro. Not now. Like, are you kidding me?
They're gonna keep that for 2 years.
Ever. Yeah.
I'm hoping we're at the end of like, because I know Legends is kind of known for doing this, where they like massively buff a specific tag like over a period of a couple months, and then they eventually move on to another tag, right? So I'm hoping we're at the end of the LOE stage, and then they're starting to move into something else. I don't care what it is.
LOE
Hopefully it's a
arc.
team that needs love, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was GT, right? And now LOE's getting... LOE definitely deserved the love, right? Because wasn't it last year they got, like, what, 1 new unit or something like that?
They got 2 Zenkais, which were meaningless. You know, like Final Form Frieza, who's only good in TOP, and Metal Cooler, who's only good in TOP. And I don't know, did they get the unit last year? What unit was... Oh, that was the movie
Green
Frieza?
Metal Cooler.
Green Metal Cooler. Yeah, okay. He's also good in TOP, but not really that great in, you know, PvP. He was okay on release, but that's kind of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was horrible.
Andre says Yellow Frieza was really good. You're capping, right?
He must be.
He's
Dondre also says Red Metal Cooler doesn't exist.
okay. He's all right. Let's not. Who's that guy again? Why is he mod in here? Yeah, but no, Yellow E didn't basically. I think they didn't get anything meaningful for 2 years. So like that's how long that team was down in the dumps.
Yeah, and that's why like I still recognize the fact that it's super annoying to fight LOE. Like they're clearly the best team in the game. And so I recognize that, but at the same time I realize like if you've been trying to main LOE this whole time, I'm sure it's been really tough. So now that LOE has gotten the love, I'm happy for the team. It's just when I fight them in PvP, it is annoying. But I'm still happy for the team.
My 2 main teams were androids, and then LOE I would run as secondary. And I can't even run LOE because I don't have a lot of these LOE units that I need. I never got Revival Frieza. I haven't pulled the new Golden Frieza. I don't have enough stars on the full power Frieza, so I can't even run LOE. Like a lot of these like oppressive units, I just don't have, or I don't have enough stars of to even use viably. It's like I can't even run LOE, and I enjoyed it. I used LOE, I don't want to say since day 1, but for a while in the past, and I can't just because you need to cough up the crystals, dude, if you want to run LOE. Like it's not.
I feel like a lot of people are in that situation because like if you're somebody that has been like trying to be somewhat smart with your chrono crystals over the past like year or two, you know, multiple people have said like LOE is not really the team to invest in because, you know, like we were just talking about, they didn't really get what they properly needed for a very long time. So now that they are finally good, I feel like there's a lot of people, including myself, that just doesn't have a good LOE team.
Yeah, unless they come out with like an LOE all-star banner, right, where it's just like all the good like LOE units like on it.
But dude, like how is it even that, you know, like the LOEs on the all-star banners are so great, and then there are, you know, like mediocre units on them as well? It's insane, right?
Yeah, it's tough to make you want to summon on it because like, dude, I love to get those missions that they have right now, but I'm doing these singles, and I don't really feel like doing a multi on it. And yeah, I haven't got any luck, unfortunately. So I don't think I'll be getting this new Frieza anytime soon.
Yeah, you never know, man. The banner's up for a while. I actually pulled Whis on an adventure ticket. I think it was like yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
So, and I haven't gotten the missions for him yet. I probably will. I think it's worth it just to. Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, for 4 days.
For 2000
I got
season.
another few days.
So I'll probably end up getting those, but yeah, you never know, man. You might get lucky.
Yeah, Noctis, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Golden Frieza is so suppressive and so freaking good, and then Whis is just the troll. He's just trolling everything. What the hell, man? Like every time I see Whis, he's just the massive troll in existence, and he doesn't even do much. He's just trolling me, man.
Dude,
Like,
well,
what is
okay,
this?
so I will say his support like isn't horrible. But one thing I've
It's
noticed,
pretty good,
yeah, like his support is not horrible. But one thing I've noticed over the past like week, I've been doing these like just crazy showcase. Like I showcased the red EX Whis. I did UI Goku, and I'm just trying out all these old God Key units, right? And what I've kind of noticed is you can throw you could probably throw almost any decent unit alongside Ultra Goku and the green LF Vegeta, and the team is probably going to perform okay. So a unit like Whis that offers that support, and then you're obviously running him alongside Ultra Goku and green Vegeta, I'm sure it's a pretty decent team. But Ultra Goku and Vegeta definitely kind of carry God Key right now. That's for sure.
I just want to say this, dude. They missed a perfect opportunity, bro. It's April 1st. They could have had slap arts for this Whis, right? They could have had card where it's just like slaps instead of strikes. Like they could have like an open palm for the strike arts. That would have been so good, dude. And then they missed that opportunity, man. I'm very disappointed in Legends for that. That would have been so sick. Next year.
Yeah. Somebody in chat said that Whis is useful for the green cards, which I get it. But I mean, Swift, do you remember this? I think it was you, right, who played against this tanky Bardock with all the green cards?
Yeah.
I think Whis wasn't out there yet, but you could play him with Whis and then, I don't know, Ginyu or something. And I think he had all HP bench. And he was just constantly healing like 800k, 1 million, and just didn't die.
Yeah, that setup was
And rushed
insane.
you 3 times.
Yeah, but I got rushed. That's how long the match was, bro. I got rushed 3 times. That was insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was a yellow LF Bardock, and he had like multiple HP benches, and then he also was running other unit. I think he had like
Yajirobe.
Yeah, Yajirobe and then Yamcha. So he had like extra green cards in his deck, and bro, that match was so annoying.
Yeah. And full HP bench too. Like I tried out that team.
Yeah, and
I
health
would say,
restoration, right? The Piccolo? Yeah, it's Piccolo. Health restoration.
No, I don't think it was Jaden. It was a minute ago.
but basically I had like a 50% win rate, if anything. Like it's heavily.
I mean,
go ahead.
if your Bardock gets rushed, it's over, basically.
If he gets rushed
And
first,
Swift
yeah.
got really unlucky. Got his rush guessed and everything, so it was pretty damn unlucky, man.
That was the first time I've ran into a team like that. I wish we had a picture I could show that team on screen. That team was insane.
I ran into that team a couple of weeks ago whenever I was streaming here on the channel, and I kind of brushed it off at first because I was like, oh, I'm not worried about Bardock. And then all of a sudden, Bardock keeps rushing me and healing for 1 million per green card, and he seemed to always have at least 2 in his hand.
Yep.
And he took me down to my final unit, and I was like, where I had to rush that Bardock.
Time to get
Twice.
serious.
Yeah, had to rush him twice just to kill him because I couldn't do enough damage to get through his healing.
Yeah, and I mean also, since he has 2 extra green cards, sometimes with the green card he draws a new card and gets key, and sometimes he just draws another green card.
Right.
So you just have time stops up the wazoo, and you can just heal until you can't heal no more.
Yeah, and he destroys your cards too. He destroys enemy cards. His green card is honestly pretty annoying. Which means it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, Obscure as an effect, has it like really impacted your guys' matches that much? Like if you're like, damn, I'm Obscure, like I'm screwed now, or has it really not been that big of an issue?
Not really.
No. It's if you memorize your hand, you have a pretty good idea what you have. Say Ultra Goku comes into the field and locks your strike cards, it'll gray out your strike cards. If you don't have enough key for the card, it'll also gray it out, so you'll know if you have like say a blue card or
An expensive green card.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
So
And there was only one time where like I did a strike just because I didn't know what card I had, and I got PV'd and I got like screwed over there. But other than that, I've never really had too much issue with being obscured.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything that's going to be like affecting PvP. It's just kind of one of those things that happens and you kind of work around it, and it's not really, I don't think it's a game changer or anything. It might be like slightly annoying, but it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna change the game.
Yeah, definitely not as bad as paralysis.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
nowhere near as close.
Yeah, you just sit there for 10 counts and wait for the PV, right? And then you can just use whatever card and it's fine. That's how Obscure works now.
What I find funny is just like recently they had like they were talking up the new game mode. What is it called? I forgot what the new game mode is called.
Full power battle.
Full power battle.
Yeah, full power battle. Like they had like 2 videos and stuffs on it. They were hyping it up, and now it's just gone, like flat out, right? Like you can't even play the mode anymore. And we were talking like before the podcast started, like I feel like it's a good mode. Like they actually like Legends did it, dude. They actually made a fun mode. Like it's been a while, man. If this is like their first time or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, no, I had a good time, and it's like it's one of those modes where like. And the raids, I felt like if you didn't get the new unit, like you're gonna be playing the raid an extra like 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, but extra time than you normally would. But like with this new mode, like even if you got the Ultra Goku, like you still had to try, right? Like it's not just like brainless. Like you still had to think about things. You had to like move your units around. You had to land the rushes. And it was fun, man. I thought it was a really good time. And it's just a shame that the mode is just gone completely. Like they don't have anything to even like do practice runs or nothing. Like you can't like try out the mode at all right now, which I think is like a wasted opportunity. Like they spent all this time on it and it's just not here. It's just co-op, TOP, and then a raid whenever we get a raid. It's strange.
Yeah, they could have had something on, they could have like had something on rotation, like ready to go. What they're probably doing is kind of taking people's feedback, and they might be like adjusting things for like the next one that they release. Who knows?
That's fair. That's fair. Hopefully they are doing that. But
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, the only thing that I found a little frustrating sometimes during that mode was just that I would rush, and then like the enemy would do some move that would like counteract my rush, and it just wouldn't go through. That felt like a little BS. But other than that, I thought the mode was pretty fair for the most part in terms of like it being fun and not being me feeling like I got screwed over. But yeah, the only times I felt like screwed was I would pop a rush, and then Jiren would do some move, and then like my rush would just go through him, like, and it wouldn't hit him. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm screwed this run. But other than that, I thought it was a great mode.
Yeah, to be honest, I did it like one time and I didn't play it again, but I mean, it was okay. I think there is definitely things that they could improve on. But I mean, it was okay.
Anybody else on the mode?
So can you actually live without having the 14-star free-to-play Goku and Vegeta then? How can you live with yourself?
Don't you? So in your guys' opinion, do you think you needed the proper boost units to even complete it though?
No. Well, I mean, they have to be boosted, but it doesn't have to be. Like, I completed the Jiren part with Kale and Caulifla.
Oh, okay. Because I remember people saying like they thought it was annoying, like they couldn't finish it because they weren't able to summon, or they were not able to pull like Ultra Goku or somebody.
Yeah, I don't think, no, you don't need them. I mean, also later I realized I could have done it with Evo Vegeta also on the Jiren side. And Topo was much easier, especially with, the Evo Vegeta, because he also heals on green cards, so he's not as squishy. But it works, I mean, my Kale and Caulifla were, I think, 7 stars. And I managed to do it, but I had to try a lot. And I actually enjoyed that part because you need to think about, okay, what do I do differently next time? What is my strat? Do I use my rushes to kill the burst meter? Do I use my rushes to actually kill the HP? So this kind of strategizing is what I enjoyed.
Yeah. I feel like it's just events that like you gotta like think a little bit. It's not just like brain dead or the ones that are who would have known, dude? They're actually fun, right? So I don't know. I missed like the events during like the 2nd anniversary. I forget what they were called, just because they haven't brought them back in so long. Where it's just like
Challenge Rush.
Like 3, it might have been Challenge Rush, where like it was like 3 sets of it was like normal, hard, and like yelling, extreme, whatever the hell it was called.
Scream.
And yeah, and like obviously there were boost units that like would give you an advantage, but they were still beatable if you didn't have those units. And just like figuring out a way to beat those missions without having the boost units. But like way back when they had like, I forget if it's the full power Frieza that was really difficult, or it was the Broly that had like 60 health bars.
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
Frieza one. The Frieza one was, yeah.
Yeah, just like events like that were like really fun and challenging. Like I just wish they would bring back. just because it felt rewarding, even if the rewards, I don't even remember what the hell they were, but it just felt rewarding to like finally beat those. But yeah, I just wish they'd bring more challenging events to the game again, just because, I don't know, co-op is just kind of whatever, just time consuming. Raids are also kind of whatever, just co-op light. And then PvP has always been like the mainstay, of course, which is, the most enjoyable mode in my opinion. And then PvE, for the most part, is kind of just, it is what it is.
I agree. It's nice having the challenge. Like if you're gonna talk about PvE that is like engaging for the player base, I would say the more challenging PvE is the way to go. So hopefully they continue to drop like more challenging PvE type stuff, because other than that, PvE I think we all know is pretty easy, which means it's kind of boring. The story's cool if you keep track of the story. It can be it can be pretty cool actually, but I think PvP. I think we all know PvP kind of keeps this game alive. And speaking of PvP, I was kind of curious. Like, we don't have to make it like a whole segment, but we've talked about how the meta is like slightly like kind of diverse right now. There is a lot of teams running around. I think we all know LOE is probably at the top. Like, there's definitely teams at the top and teams at the bottom. But overall, the meta is kind of diverse right now. So I was curious, what is everybody's specific setup that you guys are using? I think I've already kind of mentioned the two teams that I'm using. I'm kind of curious what you guys are using.
Like I mentioned before, I kind of just copy Moji's team. I'm running the new Goku, not old, but like Ultra Gogeta, SSJ4 Gogeta, and then I think for bench I have Namek Goku, and then I have
Green Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
No, I think I have Oob. I have Oob, and then I have Super Vegito for the health.
Oh, so you don't Zenkai buff your Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta?
No.
Oh, okay.
I end up using, for me, I end up using Oob for that double attack buff.
Yeah, he's got a really good Z ability.
For the entire team. So I have 2 double attack buffs with Namek Goku and Oob.
Dude, talk about a nasty team. That team's very, very good with the 2 Ultras. And you got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who's got the universal cover changes, so it can be really hard to even start a combo against that team because you always got to worry about the cover changes.
Yep.
I've been running, well, what Iron Kane said, team he copied from me.
Surprise.
Surprise, right? I've been running pretty much meta teams with green, yellow God Key, running Future with Zenkai 7 Vegeta, Future Han, and Sword of Cope. And yeah, those have been pretty much my main teams that I've been running this season.
Nice.
I've been sort of building at my Universe Survival Saga team, but I've still been focusing on equips for them.
Doctors, what about you?
So yeah, I've been also running green, yellow, and 2 days ago I tried out basically the old hybrid setup, the PPR setup with Ultra Goku on there. That was also pretty fun because you can actually have Rising Rush security. But yeah, if you get comboed, you pretty much eat so much damage. But I was getting sick of getting rushed on their first priority, so I had to switch it up with some revival unit in there. But yeah, green, yellow is still like, they dish out so much damage, but it's so annoying when your opponent gets like their first priority and just rushes you. And you can't do anything about it, and most of the time, if you get unlucky, you even lose the match because of that rush that totally destroyed your team's setup and your switches. Especially when you face LOU, that nasty lizard team. But yeah, I'm on ZVG side when it comes to that. So.
Shush.
Dude, that diss track was fire, bro. I can't even I don't think anybody could be mad at that. That was fire. He came hard.
Title of
Yeah,
your
that was pretty good.
diss track.
Listen, you find LOE, you play the anthem, and then you get to work.
It's like
right.
before like a match, you play this, just to
Exactly.
hype everybody up.
Exactly. You see the team, you play the song, you hype yourself up, and then you get to work.
I still think would have been cool if it was to the beat of F the police. You know, F LOE coming straight from the underground. But yeah, speaking of which, that's pretty much what I mainly play as LOE, and then sometimes I try random teams out since it's still early-ish in the season. Like this Bardock setup with the 2 green cards. I tried it out after I saw it on Swift's stream. I guess I didn't make it work as well as the other guy did, but I got some wins of it, mostly L's. I guess it's like maybe 40-60 win ratio.
No, I'll tell you, when I fought that dude, that was like the perfect storm for him, if that makes sense. Like that was just
with the risings and everything.
Just those the perfect sequence of events that his team worked out. But I like I said, you know, when it happened, I had to give that guy props because it was a very creative team. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And sometimes, you know, the same team that Moji also is playing and Iron Cane are playing. So basically just Ultras and G4.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't enjoy that team that much because of Rising Rush security. But then again, like LOE has a different kind of Rising Rush security, right? Because you don't have like if I play region, LOE most of the times I am playing green Frieza, I'm playing full power LF, and I'm playing purple LF. So they also don't have endurance or revival, but I opt for having the extra blue card and for having the time stop or the timer count manipulation with the green cards off the LFs. And the Rising Rush control there is destroying Dragon Balls until there are no Dragon Balls to destroy, I guess.
Exactly. That's your Rising Rush suppression.
Yeah.
Palms, do you keep the blue revival Frieza on your bench?
Yes, because I
just
use
to have
them.
a blue option?
Yeah, I use them.
Oh, okay.
I guess in like, I don't know, 20% of my matches. So I have blue revival Frieza on the bench. I have full power on the bench. And I have chilled on the bench.
Okay, makes sense.
So basically 2 Zenkai buffs, and then I had cooler there before Zenkai buffing the blue Frieza, and then my choice was, okay, which unit am I never going to use? And at that time there was still Super Saiyans, you know, running around. So I was like, all right, cooler over chilled. Also because, you know, I use chilled. I never really use chilled, but at least he buffs the purple Frieza, make him even more tanky, make him do more damage, all that stuff.
I have a request. Can somebody make an edit of like, you know, that game, it's like Destroy All Humans, like with a little alien? Can someone put like Frieza on it and do the Destroy All Dragon Balls, please? Like, that'd be awesome. But anyways, I feel like on Twitter, a lot of people have been saying like, you know, this is the worst meta. I hate this meta. Screw LOE, man. Screw the new Goku. Like, this meta sucks, bro. And I'm just curious, like, do you guys think like this actually is like pretty bad meta? Or do you think, you know, we've had worse ones down the line or beforehand,
I mean, those are two different questions, right?
I think diversity-wise, this meta is good because there is. It's not like you're only facing one team. Now, are you running into the same units all the time? Yes, I think that's a given. We can all agree with that. Like you're gonna run into Ultra Goku, you know, basically the whole LOE team. Even Ultra Gogeta still pops up. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You're gonna be seeing a lot of the same units, but it's still like you're matching different teams, different setups. I do like it for that aspect, but it's also obvious that the power creep in the past, like, what, 4, 5, 6 months has been ridiculous, man. Like, first Blue Boys, then move into Ultra Gogeta, then move into LOE, getting super, super good really quickly. Then we get Ultra Goku. I mean, we've had such an insane power creep. I think it just kind of burned out some people, just because it can be tough to keep up with the power creep this quickly. But for the most part, I don't think the meta is horrible. I think one thing that we all have to accept is just the fact there's always going to be meta teams. There's always going to be teams that dominate other teams. That's just how it is. So I don't really hate the meta right now just because there's strong teams. Like I said, it's still annoying to fight LOE, but at the same time, it's not like I'm fighting LOE every single match. I might play 10 matches and I fight LOE, you know, 3 or 4 times, and then the other, you know, 6, 7 matches I'm matching different setups. So I don't know. I do enjoy the somewhat diversity part of it, but at the same time, I also recognize that the power creep has been ridiculous lately, and that it can be tough to keep up with. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
For me, man, I think, I don't know if I'm biased here, but I remember I was running LOE ironically at the time. And I think it was when the blue Vegito was out, when he released. And it's just like everybody was running him. And it's just like that time you can only cover change into one unit. You couldn't swap into another. So it was like if you got caught by that freaking god Vegito, you're just getting hit with 4 strike cards. Like that was it. Like if you missed, like I was running LOE, if you missed the swap in, or if they drop combo correctly, and you missed the swap in with the purple Frieza, the LF one, on the cover change, you're taking the combo and most likely getting rushed because that guy comboed for years. And then the Kefla was also annoying as hell too. So I think that was personally one of my most frustrating times. And then of course, way back end with the Holy Trinity, because I never had the Broly dude. I got him like a year after, and he was like trash at that point. So I was a little tight there. But I think in terms of like metas, those are probably my least favorite at the time. Right now, I can understand because at this point, I'm in a lucky position where I have the new Goku. And if I didn't, I'd probably still be running mono purple, and I'd probably be a lot more frustrated. So I could see where people are coming from. But back then, I didn't have those meta-defining units. So that's why I didn't really care for those metas. So I guess it kind of depends like what units you have at what time periods. Because for me right now, I have meta, viable teams. But back then, I really didn't. So that's why those metas, personally for me, were pretty annoying. But, I guess it varies from person to person.
For me, it was hybrids, like hands down. I think hybrids even slightly over second anniversary meta, just because it was, like you play hybrids or you lose like, I don't know, 50% more matches than you need to, at least. Just
you
because
couldn't even rush. You just got rushed in.
At one point, yeah, true. Once they got the revival Gohan, and then it was just revival Gohan, endurance Gohan, and then Rage Blast Monster Rising Rush Gohan. It was just kill you all Gohan, basically.
See, hybrids wasn't too bad for me at the time because like with androids, 18 was really good against the revival Gohan, and then the android 21, obviously before FSK would go neutral, she was very good at tanking the FSK, or at least solidly. So like androids wasn't too bad against hybrids at the time, but obviously there's been power creep, so androids aren't too viable at the moment. But when I ran androids, hybrids wasn't too bad for me, so that's why I didn't like hate hybrids. But I could obviously see where people are coming from because FSK could like, one shot you with his, ultimate move. So I get it.
I remember when Evolution Vegeta came out, he was like my savior for hybrids, even though he was yellow and obviously FSK is red. Evolution Vegeta just helped tremendously for fighting hybrids because you had the anti-revival, you can nullify endurance, you're immune to cover change on your main ability. He has so many nice things where he was able to counter hybrids. I remember he was like a godsend when I finally pulled my first copy of Evolution Vegeta. It just made it a lot easier for fighting hybrids back in the day.
I thought it was Clapco.
See, I was running hybrids during the hybrid meta, so I would have to say the second anniversary meta was probably the worst meta for me. But I think right now LOE as a toxic team, LOE would have to be the most toxic team I've ever faced.
Bro, because they just shut you down like no matter what. It can be so hard to even initiate a priority against LOE because it feels like they either always have a green, they always have a blue, they have blast armor options. Yeah, it can be really tough to even initiate against LOE. And then once you start fighting, and if they get the first couple priorities, that means the harder it is to initiate, the harder it is to come back. So if you have like a bad start against an LOE team, it can be really tough to come back. That's one thing I've noticed with LOE is like you really want to try, and it's obviously a lot easier said than done, but you want to try to get the first couple priorities against LOE, because if you don't, it's going to be hard to come back.
Yeah, I remember
everything.
Earlier in the warm up, I was playing. I usually start off with the green Frieza, and then when you run into somebody who plays Kaioken Ultra Goku, they are like, okay, so his strikes are locked. Let's just shoot a blast, and then I'm like, I have a green card. Psych. They still have the blast armor on the green card with that Frieza, and so many people seem to forget about it. And then it's just like, all right, I got my first combo. Let's go. And then you get a blue card as well, extra damage, all that good stuff. It's it's pretty fair and balanced, I would say.
And the fact that they have an option to just like permanently nullify endurance with the yellow Frieza, I think that just adds so much to the team. Like they already do so many things, but they can just not even have to worry about endurance. I feel like that's one of the things that makes them kind of on the next level.
Yeah, that Frieza will forever be good for that reason. And I was just gonna say, like, I feel like people shouldn't really necessarily hate like the LoE players particularly. You can hate the team.
Yeah, don't
I would
bash
come
the
out to
players. Don't. Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
like you can't really blame like some of these LoE players for being passive because it's rewarded, right? Like they pop the main, they throw a blue card, or they wait for you to sidestep, they pop the green, blue card. Like it just rewards them for doing it. Like it fits the kit of the team they're playing. Like, you can't really like knock them for that. It's just unfortunately like that's how the team works. So I feel like you can hate the team, but you know, not the players, right?
No, I agree
Hate
with
the
that.
game.
That's how the game works too. When
No.
you think about it, I
Yeah.
mean, that's just what the game is. Like,
No, you can hate both. You can hate both.
the way I look
You
at
can
it,
hate
the way I look
No,
at it,
you.
there's always going to be meta teams. You know, people are going to use them. You know, like there's no point. Like, don't bash the person. If you want, like I said, it's obviously like the fact that LoE is super annoying. Even Ultra Goku is super annoying. I recognize these facts, but don't be bashing the players, man. Let's keep this community a positive environment, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we always got to come together for like these weekends. But you know, this is the one time where everybody just, you know, the torches come down and we all just hold hands and, you know, sing.
Sing
What this weekend is.
Kumbaya. Okay.
That's right, man.
Just for the
Yeah.
weekend, though.
Our weekend
Just for the
medals,
weekend.
our Super Souls, our Zenny, our Racers, Swift. It's all here, bro. You know, it's a joyous time.
Sure. And then as soon as come reset on Tuesday, up go the pitchforks. Let's go.
Oh, it's over, bro. It's not. Yeah, it's done. Like,
It's over.
that's it, bro.
We're gonna get that hybrid LF announcement, and it's all gonna be good, right?
And then we wake up.
Yeah, I'm curious
Realistically,
when
I could see Ultra Gohan soon.
I want the villain, man. Like I feel like it's too much, you know. Like also, it's still going to be like then we have 2 Sun Family Ultras. You're just gonna play them.
Yeah,
with,
that would be a little scary. That would be a little scary.
play them with FSK.
Three Sun Family Ultras.
Oh well, I mean, I'm talking about actually usable Ultras. Yeah, I forgot about the Goku. You're right, but yeah, no. You mean Omega, right?
Oh yeah, best raid on Sun Family.
Mm-hmm. All right, I feel like we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna go into your questions, interact a little bit more with you guys. So we're gonna take 3 minutes and then take your questions. As always, donations will take priority, but we'll answer as many questions as we can. So go take a quick break and come back here in 3 minutes. I'll wait. Alrighty, we are back and I'm gonna hand it over to MC Noctis this time. So where are them questions in chat, please?
Alrighty. So, my question first. I am the MC. What kind of events do you guys want to see on Wednesday, actually? Tell me.
Any?
Just something, dude?
I wouldn't mind seeing a new full power battle.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
Agree
want to
with
see.
Maybe an EX Zenkai
Oh,
event.
A
Maybe
viable
new
one?
EX Zenkai?
Mm.
A viable one? Ooh, that's a good one, Dondre.
What's that?
I mean,
USDR
all jokes
Lite?
aside, all jokes aside,
Yes.
bro, I actually didn't mind that because he got a couple more of those medals, and it's just like, there's another thing to do, right? Like, I don't know, they just brought it, and I was gone. It's like, okay, then why bring it in the first place?
Yeah. So
You're
USDR
only
Lite
a
is
beginner
definitely good.
once, dude. You're
Yeah.
only a beginner once. There you
Yeah,
go.
but they're-
Now it's gone.
Aren't they supposed to always bring in new people to the game? No, they stopped, right?
that's
No
it.
more. That's when
Yeah.
the Twitter stopped posting.
Yeah, dude, they realized,
The
okay,
dark
no more new
times.
players, we good.
They're like, we
There
have
you go.
no more capacity for USDR Lite, so we need to stop all social media activity.
That's why you don't have content. They're like, they have everything done anyway, so why throw even content? No.
No,
No
it's just
new
PvP.
players, no content. There you go. Yeah.
I feel like
PvP Andy.
I feel like what we talked about earlier, they should bring back like the challenge rushes. And since the problem is that, you know, at one point people were kind of catching on to float stepping, charge stepping, and like just cheesing by breaking combo on PvE. But what they could do to counteract that is to actually not have 180 timer counts, but maybe just like 100. Because
Have all UI Goku.
yeah, because you know, like the float step takes a lot of time from the clock. Whereas when you just click cards, you know, it doesn't take that much time because, you know, the clock goes slower during the animations. So, you know, if you have, instead of 180, you just have like half the time, you're forced to play it like the quote unquote normal way, because otherwise you're just going to run out of time. Something like that, you know, where it's challenging on like a different level than just oh, it takes me 100 counts to defeat the boss, you know?
Dude, how about
Right.
Legends Road? You guys remember those units? Legends Road? Anybody remember those?
Who?
Ooh.
The who?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Like, it seemed like they were
Or-
like giving Zenkais out for them like somewhat regularly at one point, and now they just like totally abandoned that. So it's I don't know, it's strange.
Also, do you remember the Try to Surpass Me events?
I remember those. I liked getting the tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where are they at, man? Where have they gone? just things just disappear for no reason and are never talked about again from the developers.
They're
They're just
kidnapped.
like gone. Yeah, it's like
It's like, you don't
the
talk
new
about
mode,
this.
dude. You'll never see it again. We saw it once. That's it. There you go. Never again.
It's not even like
It
they're
just
that bad,
disappeared.
right? Because I feel like there were times where like there were boost units, and I'm like, oh damn, if I had the boost unit for this, I would get like you know, a little extra damage increase, and I want to complete this event, so maybe I'll do like one multi or something, right? So like it's not like there's some incentivized things to even summon for the event too. So I don't see why they get rid of it. It's strange.
Alrighty, I actually see a question from Thanks Scott. What you guys do wanna see the new LF getting, like a new mechanic?
Gauge lock.
Oof.
Makes sense, yeah. I see that.
That is
yeah,
in the
yeah.
game, apparently.
It is in the game, so see a unit that actually locks the gauge would be nice.
That actually
wanna
would
s-
be
mean, that's
that
the-
actually would be pretty cool because I don't think like you know, let's say a unit comes out that locks Ultra Goku's gauge, or really I guess any gauge, right? I don't think it would completely like shut Ultra Goku down to where he just sucks, but then again it would take away like a lot of the extra buffs that he gets and stuff like that. So I don't know, that would be cool. I don't think it would be like something that would be like way too overpowered, but it's something like it would definitely help in this meta with all the Ultra Gokus running around and Ultra Gogetas and stuff like that.
But what about Cell?
Who?
The
Cell needs it, bro. The
non-existent
Cell's
gauge.
immune. He's immune to that.
Cell's
He-
gauge is practically locked anyway. It's fine.
Stop, man.
Doesn't move
Not
anyway,
Cell,
dude.
bro. Not the only Cell.
I read somebody
How
in
would the
chat
unit
said,
do it though?
well, just by
How
existing
would the new unit do it? With the green card, just by existing, main ability?
and for how long? Because it can't lock it forever.
Exactly.
That's the question.
Maybe
That is a good question. I don't know. Maybe it depends how they would really have to. I would hope that they would test it out and try to pick the best decision. But green card would obviously be temporary. It could be like every time he swaps in for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I would hope something like that would be temporary. I think if it was permanent, that would just be way too busted.
No, it can't be permanent. You can't just
Yeah.
shut down like an entire mechanic.
So
That's like
hopefully
a
on
unit
green card-
nullifying revival for existing. Oh wait, that happened to endurance. Oops.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
so
just
I
shut down revival by a blue.
I
There you
think
go.
even there's a big difference between like if it was on a green card or even like a main ability, because a main ability would just be like a one-time thing. Green card, obviously, you would have multiple opportunities to take advantage of it. So I don't know, probably main ability or green.
One mechanic I'd like to see is like they kind of like showed it a little bit like from the movie where Gogeta and Broly fought, where they went like to like a dimension or something. Like I don't know what it means, but like, it'd be cool if there's like some mechanic where like time just stops. So like timer count stop. Like you can't get your main ability because like time is stopped. I don't know, maybe the other person can draw cards or something like that. Where just like time like basically freezes. Like in terms of timer counts, and you're in that dimension. That they kind of showed in like a full power battle. Like if they could like have that in some way, shape, or form, I feel like that'd be kind of cool.
Iron. I'm gonna be
I don't know.
honest.
I think
I
that
have I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think that would be kind of cool, like on a clash. You know, say you and your opponent tie a clash, then you enter that little dimension where no time doesn't exist. You know,
Yeah. In Swift, the thing I'm talking about, I don't know if you remember the movie, but basically when Gogeta and Broly were fighting, they're fighting like so freaking crazy that like they went to this dimension where like they were like shattering shards and stuff like that. It's also in like full power battle, which I heard that you only played one time, so that's probably why you don't remember it. But yeah, it was in there as well.
Shots fired.
No, I meant like I don't know how it would be like implemented into PvP. Like I can't imagine something like that. Like just randomly happening in the
Oh,
middle
yeah,
of
fair.
the
No,
match. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's what I was saying.
No,
Like I don't know how that would be like
yeah.
implemented in the game.
Yeah, no, I think it's too cool of an idea, so they probably won't do it. But I feel like it'd be interesting. But yeah, they probably won't.
Well, I guess maybe like so Moji said on a clash, that would be kind of cool. I know what you're talking about. I was thinking like I
Yeah.
don't know how that would happen like in the middle of a
Oh,
match.
okay.
I
I apologize. I take back my stuff.
maybe on the clash, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I see another question from AJ Griffin. What would you like for MUI Goku to be, an Ultra or an LF unit? That's
Yes.
an interesting
LF unit. LF unit. There's pity.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Better banner, dude. LF unit, dude. Better banner, let's go. I'm sorry, man.
Or Ultra LF, the first Ultra Legends Limited unit.
Oh God.
But then no pity, probably. Probably there's not even going to be a banner then. You just straight up like buy in.
Just pay, dude.
He's just there. You get him whenever you
Are you ready?
you get the weekend sales.
Yeah.
You never use your credit card. dude.
You need to buy
Hey,
you
dude.
need to buy enough erasers on the weekend to deserve him.
No, dude, they're gonna do what they did way back with Beerus. You got like summon on a banner like 10 times and get tickets to like addition to him or something.
Ooh.
Oh God.
That ticket lock was nasty.
It was.
It was.
Dude, all I know is premium ultras are they're so hard. The banners are brutal, man. They're so hard to actually like summon. You just have to get lucky. I don't know. There's no doubt they're the best units in the game. Obviously, the 2 premium ultras are at the very top. But when it comes to the banners, man, they're just brutal.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thanks Scott with another question about the events. Co-op is the most boring mode now. What do you guys want to change that? Giant characters? Question mark?
I don't think that would
I
change
think
it.
that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
that
so neither.
I don't think anything can really save co-op at this point.
I mean, they could. Sorry, go ahead, Moji.
I was gonna say maybe they could make full power battle like the replacement for it, but
I was thinking maybe they could incorporate some of the mechanics from Full Power Battle there, because then you're actually playing with a person. So some people grind co-op just to get more guild points. And if you're playing co-op, then at least you can be playing with the person that knows how to play it. Maybe then they can also have this, where you have to dash forward and backwards, or you have those little rushes with the strike and blast cards. But then I guess co-op would just be Full Power Battle, but with a human. But I think that would still be better than,
I think the big issue with co-op, right, is just that it's not difficult. It's just time consuming, and it feels like random. Like you just like tap all your cards till the shield goes down. You hope like your opponent like clicks the rush card that you picked, so it goes through, and it, you get the strong rush, and then you hope that
they never do.
The bot, and then you hope that the bot doesn't guess you. So it's a lot of things that like work with that, because it's like it's something that you can beat very easily if your ally works with you and you don't get your rush guessed. So if things all go your way, you can do co-op very quickly. What's really frustrating is if those things don't go your way and then you're like stuck in co-op for like another, 10 minutes for like no reason. Like that's what's really frustrating about co-op. I think with the new mode that they made is it's not like that. It's actually engaging because it is genuinely challenging, or co-op is not genuinely challenging. It's kind of, mindless, and then like things just have to go your way. And if they don't, but then you're gonna be playing for another 10 minutes. And I think that's the big issue with co-op.
I think co-op is the issue with co-op. It's like, no, but seriously, it's, as you said, it's a chore. Like I'm only doing my 3 dailies, unless I'm really, really bored, like watching something, and then maybe I'll do a couple of easy ones just so I can get the missions, because I think you need to do a couple extra usually to get the title at the end of the co-op missions.
Yeah, a few
But
more, yeah.
I missed so many of those just because I was either not, for months I was playing no co-op at all. I didn't care. But then they started bringing the big coins. Because at one point, we were also saying like make co-op more like Raid with better rewards, but Raid is also easy. And I feel like it's not that much better because it's the same playing system. So I feel like they need to introduce some more elements to make it a little bit more diverse. Because right now it's just really just stupid grinding, right?
Low
And-
key, I feel like raid is worse just because you have to play the mode more. You know what
And
I
then
mean?
it takes
Like,
you longer to
it's-
load into it, and then it takes you to play it.
Exactly, yeah. No, it's just like the amount of, like, what do you have to do? Like 50 raids to get all the rewards, something like that?
Yeah,
It's just, I don't
45,
know.
I think. Yeah.
Dude, I miss the days you could do one raid, you just throw your feet up, sit back, relax, like, my 1K CC for doing one raid. Here we go.
Well, I mean, it's being carried.
Get all the
Carried Kane,
passive
huh?
rewards. Carried Kane.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not even sure that co-op can really be salvaged unless it's completely redone. I think it might be better, it might be better to actually do it from scratch than like plastering band-aids over band-aids over band-aids where it's a gashing flesh wound, really.
I mean, you know what would kind of be cool? I was thinking about, and I don't know if they have like the technology to do this. I'm sure they do. But instead of co-op where you're fighting like with somebody, they could have some type of mode where it's like heroes versus villains or something like that, or whatever they want to call it. And it's obviously still two people, like you're only connecting with one other person, but one person picks the villain and the other dude has to pick a hero. And like there's specific like set moves that each like villain or hero has. I don't know, but the more I think about it, it'd be like kind of complicated for them to make that because it would be a completely different system than like Strike and Blast and Blue Card. But I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know, just kind of
I
an
think that would be-
abstract thought.
Yeah, I think that would be great though, because I don't know if like I bring this up as an example a lot. The first Battlefield on Dokkan played completely differently to how the rest of the game was. And for me, like, I mean, it was insanely hard. I never managed to clear all the stages, which is I think why it got a lot of flack. But I enjoyed that there was variety in how to play the game, right? And then also there, like, people said, hey, this trading card game in Kakarot was amazing. So maybe they should actually switch up the system. You still use your characters, but you just play it in a different way, and it gives you a little bit of, just a breath of fresh air. I think that's a good idea.
For sure.
I like Suicide Idea because I feel like they had something kind of similar way back when. I forget. They had like fusions versus God Key, right? And it's just like if people did more events or PvP, like they just did more actions. I think you got some rewards depending on which side you chose.
I think that was first anniversary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
first
what
anniversary.
Swift was saying, right? Like if you choose an allegiance, like say you're fighting Jiren, so then you choose whatever, I forget what universe he is. You pick his side, or you pick like Universe 7 with Goku. Basically, whatever side wins and wins more like CC, like an extra, I don't know, extra couple bonuses, like kind of what they do in Fighters. You can choose like one of the characters as like I don't know, your favorite or something, and based off of like the amount of times people win matches with that character or use them, it goes up in the ranking. Something like that, I feel like would be interesting just to add some spice.
Oh, you're almost talking
to,
about
like,
like
this-
a faction, like factions.
Yeah,
Like World
like
of Warcraft
factions.
has factions and stuff. Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
that's pretty
that
much
would be
what-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, like some different themes going on, yeah.
I don't know,
Makes
just
sense.
something, dude. Something to save co-op, bro. Please.
Well, I was more thinking like, so it could still be like a co-op event, but it almost turns into PvP. They could have like scheduled events where like, okay, for this week it's Frieza, for next week it's Boo, and one dude picks the villain, so you'd pick Boo, whatever the scheduled villain is for that week, whatever, and then the other dude has to pick a certain hero, and then you have to fight each other. But the creativeness on that could be like anything almost, because I don't know what type of moves they would add, maybe add like different move sets and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the co-op just needs something. I feel like what helps full power battle is just that like the boss has different moves it can dish out. Like it has the ones where you dodge, and then you can also like also have additional moves that you could fight back, like with like the rush cards or where the hell. So I don't know, co-op just needs some more variety, man. Just more variety. But I feel like we talked about this enough. We could probably talk about something else.
Yeah.
What would you guys think of another battle system update? It feels like it's been a while.
Yes.
It's
Please.
been forever, isn't it? Like over a year or something? 1.5
I think it
or
may have been
whatever.
second anniversary. Wasn't like right?
Anniversary.
Yes, after second anniversary, I think we got 2.1 or whatever when they took out the tackle clash thingy. I think
Oh
that's
my
it,
Tackle
right?
step.
Oh yeah, true. Tackle step.
The tackle
Because-
steps.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
When combos lasted 10 minutes
Bro, I
without
liked
units having insane card draw speed.
I like tackle step.
Same.
I actually enjoyed
Especially-
it because
I
it
like the
gave you
tackle clash, man. I
like
need
time
that
to
back.
waste.
I need to take a clash back, dude.
Dude, I can see Lucy in chat being like, oh, but Namek Goku. But where is Namek Goku now?
Dude, I don't care.
Yeah, same. I still do it sometimes just on like a pure reflex where instead of dodging, I just hit the tap on the right time, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then what could they do? Like what should they change in your opinion?
I wouldn't mind being able to see swap counters for my opponent.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
That would
I
be
just feel like they didn't.
that would be kind of
Oh, I'm
nice.
sorry, go ahead.
My bad. That would be kind of nice. I don't know how I feel about that though, because I kind of like the idea of like not knowing, and that also means like when you're fighting somebody, like they don't know either. Like I've had a lot of times where like the enemy rushes, and I have like the perfect amount of time to go back to like Clapku or an endurance unit. I can quickly swap in future Gohan, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of
Right.
like the obscurity of that, of like them not knowing. But that, I mean, that is a
Would be
good idea
really-
though, because it would be even, because obviously you would see each other's timers, so it would be even.
Right.
It would
So-
be really cheesy, man. You already know, okay, he'll have a revival unit back. I can't rush right now. I'll
Yeah.
keep my rush. I don't know. It seems kind of cheesy to me.
Yeah, I
How
also
was they
don't-
make it
the
an
type of
ability? Like maybe someone with a scouter. Like they use their scouter and they see like how many timer counts a unit has left to come back in or something.
but
I
only
mean,
for
yeah, have it
little
as a
bit.
unit, as new mechanic
Yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
not a
'cause-
bad idea.
Rather
for,
that-
like,
'cause-
yeah.
Because personally, I also don't like it because you have units that manipulate timer counts, and it's part of the game. Like I guess it's part of the game, keeping track of who switched when, and it would just further kind of close the skill gap between casuals and people who still play it very competitively or grind a lot. I
PV
think it would be
animation.
super. Yeah, I think it would be super frustrating, especially like if you play LOE, you have two units that can manipulate sub counts with the green cards, and then you also have the Revival Freezer who does it on main. And I think it's also part of like this whole exhilaration, catching somebody out when you just swapped out of your Freezer, you use two green cards, he comes back and catches the rush and still just revives, something like this. So I wouldn't like that. Maybe instead there could be a mechanic or something where you can see the opponent's cards on a certain condition. Like I just came up with that, so I don't know how that would work, to be honest. But maybe it's also a green card or something from a different unit.
It's Ultra Instinct. You know what cards your opponent has as they draw them.
Yeah.
True Ultra Instinct.
Somebody in chat is saying change clashes to the screen tap system. That could be interesting. Not that it changes that much, but it's just a different way of clashing. That could be interesting.
Honestly, I don't know what they should change. If anything, I just want to see I want to see them tighten up on some of the glitches that I still see happen all the time. And now all of a sudden there's I feels like there's new glitches coming out, like all the tap shot or the clashes where you tie with somebody. I feel like that happens to me multiple times a day, and this is all of a sudden happening out of nowhere where I never really had this issue before. And now when I jump into PvP, it feels like almost every other game I have a clash where I tie with somebody, and then you barely lose because you're a millisecond too slow or whatever. So I don't know. If anything, I just want I want to see them tighten up on some of these glitches.
Yeah, and
Doesn't,
the netcode.
Doesn't Android 18
Yes.
still have that one bug with the exclamation point? Am I crazy?
I think she
Yes.
might, yeah.
Yeah, she should. Yeah.
Bro, I
Wish-
just want to see an update for Shallot, bro. Anybody remember that funny little character in Dragon Ball?
We
Legends?
are
Shallot,
overdue
dude?
for something new for Charlotte,
Like-
for sure.
Been almost 2 years now.
Dude, I don't know. He was somewhat viable with SS3, and then with the God form, he was viable for a decent amount. So it's just bro, I don't know. I just want to see Shallot again in PvP. I don't know. Just give him blue, give him Super Saiyan 4. It's just something, dude. The boy Shallot has been so dormant for so long. Please.
He's the new Gohan now, man. Same design, dude. There you go. There you go, man. There you have your change.
Oh man.
All right. I feel like that's it for this week. And despite having a lack of topics, we we just still managed to cover our usual time. So congrats everybody for for BSing around. No, I'm kidding. I feel like it was still a fun discussion about a little bit more freeform random topics. And if you came late to the Twitch part, this podcast will go live on YouTube in about 25 hours actually. And as always, follow us on all our social media. Link will be in the description on YouTube and in the chat over on Twitch. Yeah, and we'll be back next week with episode 81, and hopefully with something exciting or just something new at all. Don't forget to also follow our creators. Iron Cane. Wait, are you actually active anywhere, like YouTube or Twitch, or is it just Twitter?
It'll be posted on Twitter, Palm.
Just Twitter. Yeah. Follow him for
Every
spicy
weekend.
Legends Weekend posts, exactly. And then Noctis Swift actually uploads daily on YouTube. If I get my notifications every day. Noctis and Moji are streaming frequently-ish, depending on who you're following on Twitch. Moji more, Noctis from time to time right now because, well, real life stuff, huh?
Yep, I see you, man.
Yeah. And with that, Noctis is streaming. Yes, Lucy sometimes. And with that said,
God damn it.
stay safe, wash your hands. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Happy Legends
See ya.
Weekend. Happy
Peace.
Legends Weekend.
Have a good one, guys.